tonight on WLWT, Indiana's Attorney General is now suing Black Lives Matter. Attorney General Todd Rokita says that he's trying to get the organization to comply with an investigation into its finances. Rokita is looking into how the group is using money from Hoosiers. Rokita claims Black Lives Matter raised more than $900 million in 2020, yet reported $0 in revenue to the IRS for the first half of that year. So now Rokita is suing Black Lives Matter to hand over information to ensure transparency to all of its donors.
I filed a lawsuit against the Black Lives Matter organization to protect Hoosiers from this house of cards. BLM has concerning patterns of behavior and will do what it takes to get to the bottom of it on behalf of the generous Hoosiers who have donated to them. BLM secretly bought a $6 million mansion, which the group's leaders are set to call campus, and never disclosed it to the public. When a magazine inquired about the house, BLM reportedly circulated a memo discussing the possibility of trying to kill the story. The purchase of the California house was separate from a 2021 transaction in which BLM transferred money to a Canadian nonprofit run by the wife of BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors to buy a $3 million house. Cullors, who abruptly resigned from BLM in May of 2021 amid mounting scrutiny of the group's finances, has previously faced criticism for living an opulent lifestyle that includes millions of dollars of personal real estate purchases. Black Lives Matter told Fox News it was not aware of Indiana's February request for information until the lawsuit was filed, but that the foundation is now working with counsel to address the matter immediately. And I hope, I beg, I plead, I pray, and I'll pray again that y'all give that information out, because this started happening around February, and I'm recording this on May 1st of 2022, and we still have no information. You got your former co-founder getting on stage saying, oh, this is all so triggering. We're having to go through tax documents, and oh, we feel as though we're being discriminated and hated on and hated against because we're black and black women succeeding is always going to trigger a bunch of people. Oh my God, I expected these oh so evil white conservative Republican Trump supporting fat bald human beings to be after me. Oh my God, but I would suspect all the black people to turn against me.
Yes, there has been so much clarity for me, a questioning for me. I don't know if I have clarity or answers yet, but I'm like, wow, this doesn't seem safe for us. This 990 structure, this nonprofit system structure, this is like deeply unsafe. Like this is being literally weaponized against us, against the people we work with. I can't tell you how many people are like, am I next? Like, are they going to do this to me? So there's not a lot of, that's like, when you know this, you run an organization, like people's morale in an organization is so important.
Yes.
But if their organization and the people in it are being attacked and scrutinized at everything they do, that leads to deep burnout. That leads to deep like resistance and trauma. And so I think that other piece for me around, you know, what I think is important for people to understand is, and it's connected to this question, but there is a misinformation and disinformation effort to not just challenge Black Lives Matter and the organization, but it's an experiment. If they win, then it's the next Black-led organization.
Yes, it is.
And then it's the next Black-led organization. And it's the next Black person who's leading that. And so it's so important that we pay attention to what's happening and we don't allow for, they have this they know what they're doing, like how to create the infighting, how to create the distrust. We have to stop it. We have to stop it before they do it. We have to shut it down. We have to be showing up against it. And so that has been really important to me too, like taking the time to kind of stand back and watch it happening and being like, oh, this is how this works. Like we are literally the experiment right now.
No shit, you dumb human being, because when you sit there and you get on stage and you point out all these issues that are caused in the black community by the hands of some white dude named Steve, yet you turn around and you buying mansions, you hiding the fact that you buying mansions, and you for some reason think the only reason logically you cannot tell people that, hey, we bought a content creation house, well, the only reason we can't tell you or we didn't tell you is because, oh, we're waiting for renovation. for 2 years, and all of a sudden when you get called out, now's the time to start talking about it? Yes, people are going to criticize you. Yes, people are going to stop supporting you. Yes, people are going to look at you and the entire organization and say, you bastards probably scammed us. And after all this time and all these millions of dollars, nothing has changed. Nothing has improved. We still got the same problems. And oh, might I add, all you bastards that support that organization and support them words do not come up when it's black versus black. But back to this. I am happy that somebody in a suit who has some form of power is saying, hey, we noticed that people donated to this because they thought, hey, Black Lives Matter. We see somebody being targeted. We see somebody being hated against. They lost their life. We want justice. We have all these people donating money. I would like to think that we would use this money for the black community, right? Well, the black community hasn't seen it. You got people who want it. You got people who deserve it. You got people who get stolen from by other black people. You got people who have black owned businesses getting vandalized by black people who are rioting, who are supporting Black Lives Matter, who are looting, who are going out and saying, hey, we're doing this for black lives. I don't know what stealing an iPhone got to do with protecting a black life. That's just me. But isn't it funny that the people who would need that money don't get it because an organization that claims to be all so spiritual and together and all about community is nowhere to be found to disperse it, but magically they got $1 million mansions, content creation houses, all these different things to help them, but not the community. I said it before, I'll say it again. The organization is a scam. You can throw out all these anecdotes. You can throw out this pie in the sky mentality. You can talk about the internalized racism I have. You can talk about the plight of black people. This organization has done a good job talking and not doing. They've done a good job showing up to wherever they can fit a narrative in about white supremacy, white oppression, white guilt, white rage, white people bad, white people will never be good. And they always got the dumb ones going around college campuses saying, oh, you white people, all you'll do is just be racist all the time. All you'll ever be is just the racist. You'll never succeed. You'll never be a part of us. You'll never do this. You'll never do that. You got people hating on each other saying, oh, we're a multicultural space, but nah, you can't be in here because you're white and white's not a culture. It's weird how this organization is so good yet so dumb. And I hope, I pray, I plead, I beg, I will praise the dildos that I have hanging above the ceiling, that they come up with the information needed. I don't care about how you feel as women and leading an organization. I don't care that you think tax documents are triggering. Guess what? So does everybody else. I paid taxes for the first time and it was triggering. Guess what? Still paid it. Didn't scam a bunch of people to do it. I had to deal with it. You have to deal with it. You're not special. You're a piece of shit. It's weird that this organization is still around, but I hope it comes up that y'all have some actual documents to back the claims that you're being targeted, you're being discriminated, you're being harassed. Because if you don't have any, and if all of it is just a bunch of fluff and all you got is some weird press releases about how, oh, this white man feels triggered by the black community standing together, I'm going to have the belief that you used that money for your own purposes. You didn't want to help the black community. You knew who the suckers were and you preyed on them and you got their money. So I hope you actually come up with some facts, because if you don't, I'ma have a field. But to end this video, I think it's important for us to understand that BLM is not always bad. Yes, this organization is a scam. Yes, the words kind of mean nothing because it's mirrored in inconsistency in regards to black people taking black lives. But it's an opportunity for us to understand that BLM doesn't just stand for Black Lives Matter. It stands for Bring Leon Money. So click the link in the description, buy the merch. I'll see y'all in the next one. Subscribe. Goodbye.